Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty crazy show in store for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. Now, you guys know one of the biggest stories this offseason, apart from the Lakers hiring JJ Redick, was the Lakers signing LeBron James' first son as the 55th pick. It brought up all kind of conversations around nepotism. Is LeBron using his power? Is he abusing his power and his position in the NBA? Is Bronny going to be any good? Is he going to start? Is he going to go to the G League? Everyone has kind of weighed in on it, right? And one of the people that weighed in on it not too long ago was Kwame Brown, and some people kind of pushed back at him. And funny enough, Kwame actually played with the Lakers, with my favorite player of all time, Kobe Bryant. So this morning, I was going through the internet and I came across a pretty interesting article from fadeawayworld.net, and it had the following headline. It says, Kwame Brown gives Bronny James a harsh reality check. Kwame questions Bronny James' NBA future, suggesting his father's legacy played a role in his draft pick and warning of challenges ahead. And I was like, whoa. I got to definitely figure it out, find out what Kwame's talking about. So I went through it and I read through his quotes, man. And Kwame Brown absolutely did not hold back. But before we even get into what this article had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Game Time. With only 4 months left until the end of the year, I look forward to creating special moments with family and friends by attending various theaters, shows, plays, and sporting events. And when it comes time for me to look for tickets, I absolutely love to use Game Time. Game Time is one of the most reliable marketplaces for last-minute tickets to the most popular events in sports, music, and theater in more than 60 cities across the United States and Canada. Game Time saves me money, time, and peace of mind, so I don't have to sort through thousands of tickets looking for the best prices or worry about whether or not if they're authentic or whether I'm going to receive them on time. Game Time Picks, one of my favorite Game Time tools, analyzes thousands of tickets for all of your favorite events near your location and finds you the best possible deal so you don't have to. For example, I'm looking forward to this upcoming concert at Madison Square Garden of one of my favorite composers, Hans Zimmer. Here, I can select the all-in price to see the total ticket price up front. No hidden fees. And now I can sort through the best possible deals I can find. I can choose the cheapest deals, the great deal, or the amazing deal. Once you select the ticket you want, you can use their panoramic seat view to ensure you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. And if you're like me and always make plans at the last minute, you can grab tickets up to 90 minutes after the event has started. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and use redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So let's get into what this article had to say here. It says, Kwame Brown, former #1 overall draft pick and outspoken basketball personality, recently offered a critical take on Bronny James, the son of NBA superstar LeBron James, as Bronny begins his career with the Los Angeles Lakers. On an episode of Switch Culture podcast, Brown, known for his unfiltered opinions that didn't hold back when discussing the younger James's potential and the challenges he believes Bronny will face in carving out a successful NBA career. This is a travesty that people are not realizing. They're acting like the 55th pick ain't nothing. But don't you think the kid from North Carolina State, who's a proven double-double monster, could have been a prospect? Lose a little bit of weight. This kid is a monster. What's his name? The center at North Carolina State, DJ Burns. How can you make a case for Bronny James, a guy that had a heart issue, that hadn't proven anything, against a guy that went to a good school and put up numbers against everybody? But I see a guy who's athletic that needs to learn how to cut and slash more until he gets more comfortable with his shooting. If he doesn't learn how to play the point guard, I don't think he's going to stay. I don't think he's as strong as David Wesley. At his size, 6'1", 6'2", he's the only guy I've seen who could play that spot at the 2. If he doesn't learn how to bring the ball up, he's going to be a poor man's Juan Dixon. I think he'll bounce around. His daddy has enough power with clutch sports to keep him in the league. But after that, if he doesn't learn how to play the point, he's gonna fizzle out. And then the article then goes on to say a few other things. You guys can check it out and read the rest of what Kwame had to say there. What are my thoughts on what Kwame Brown had to say? I think that Kwame is giving his opinion about Bronny James without rose-colored glasses on. The critique that you heard Kwame Brown just give is not a critique you would see in the mainstream for two reasons. Number one, the reason you won't see anyone in mainstream media give such a harsh critique is because, number one, they don't want to alienate LeBron. You would never see anyone on ESPN give a take like this. At least you won't see it happen. They may do it once, but they won't be doing it on a consistent basis. That's number one. Number two, remember, these media companies and all of them, they're the ones also promoting Bronny because they know that Bronny is going to bring a lot of revenue to the league. With jersey sales, ratings, he's also going to generate income for the Lakers. So they don't want to piss off LeBron and Clutch, and they also want to line their coffers with whatever revenue comes with promoting Bronny James. So that's why you're not going to see people with a heart. Because if you have people on television giving it up like this, then what's going to happen is viewers are going to be like, well, if these guys are saying he's really not that good, then why are we watching? Like, what's all the hoopla about? You can't afford to have that happen, right? So I think that's the reason why you wouldn't say anything. They're not going to say anything like that. In terms of Kwame's critique, let me ask you guys a question. Who do you think is going to critique Bronny more or harder? Kwame Brown or prospective GMs? Or in team presidents? Who you think is going to have a harsher critique? Kwame Brown or general managers of other teams? Why am I bringing that up? The reason I'm saying that general managers and presidents, team presidents are going to have a harsher critique is because Kwame is giving a critique on Bronny James as an analyst, kind of. But those guys, they're going to scrutinize Bronny a lot more because they're going to be investing resources into Bronny by bringing him to the organization. And if you go bring a player to your team that's not any good and it doesn't pan out, it could cost you your job in some cases. So they're going to scrutinize Bronny much more than Kwame Brown. What he's doing is just giving you a raw version of what other teams may think. The Lakers may not think this. JJ Redick may not think this. Rob Pelinka and these guys may not think this, but other people probably will. And other people will probably deal with Bronny from that standpoint. Is it fair? I don't see anything wrong with it. And the reason is, and I'll tell you the reason why I don't see anything wrong with it. The reason I don't see anything wrong with it is because it is. We didn't make any exceptions for other players. Some of you are like, what are you talking about? We weren't so tactful with our criticism of professional players up until we got to Bronny James. Were people tactful with their critiques of Kwame Brown or any other NBA player? Hell no. People call it exactly like he's not playing well. He needs to fix it up. He needs to get it together. So if we're going to be hard on those guys, why does Bronny get to escape through? This is some of the things that people are talking about when they feel like there's special treatment involved. Bronny is now a pro. And Bronny is going to be criticized the same way every other pro gets criticized. He's no different unless you're saying he should be viewed differently because he's LeBron's son. And then some of us are going to push back and say, you're crazy. No. If everybody got criticized, so should he. It's all part of the game. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.